What's up guys, Melikan here from MKAU Gaming, as usual bringing you the latest and greatest in gaming news and reviews. And once again, thanks to our friends from Wizards of the Coast, we have a lovely little Magic the Gathering care package that they've sent to us to check out and basically open up and give you an idea of what's going on. So as you can see, this here is the March of the Machine Commander deck. Specifically, this is the Cavalry Charge one. They have also sent us multiples of their 15 card draft boosters, their 20 card jumpstart boosters, their 15 card collector boosters, and tucked away somewhere in here as well, we have 12 card set boosters, excuse me, and some 15 card collector boosters, which I now suddenly feel like I've actually already said. But we've got a lot to get through, and if I open every single one of these packets on camera, we're probably going to be here for a good few hours. So instead, we're just going to randomly select a couple of these to open up, and then we'll open up this bad boy here so you can get a bit of an idea as to what you'll find in there. So guess we better get cracking. Alrighty, so to start us off, I've grabbed 2 of the 12 card set boosters, and before anyone complains about me not being able to open these things properly, I've already checked. There's a tear thing here. I know every other time I don't bother to check, but yeah, we're going to start off with the set booster. So this is the 12 card pack, if I can learn to English properly. So let's open her up, and preferably not get caught on the cards. You'd think I'd know how to do this. I'm still struggling. I mean, how many videos is this now? There's got to be a few. Surely I could figure out how to open cards up by now. But apparently not. Alright, so straight off the bat, we have an incubator. Move that out of the way because that's the next one to open. Pop that down. Again, and I know I say this every video. Well, that's a bit overexposed. Let's bring it. There we go. You should be able to read that now. I know I say this every video. Hey, that's cool. I absolutely adore. Oh, that's even cooler. Yeah, single-sided. Yeah, as I'm trying to English, absolutely adore the art on these. It's always interesting to look at. They always have that nice little bit of a story down here as well. Most of them anyway. And it's always cool to read. My camera's doing its whole little focusing thing. And this is one of their art series cards. There we go. Nice little collector's piece if you're into art. Rightio, the second pack. Let's see if I can actually open this. Never mind. We'll also do this one the hard way. There you go. Design your own card, draw your own picture. I don't actually know what that's for. You can use this card to represent a double-faced card. There we go. It's hard to read because my lights are so bright. Strobe night. Get that disco music going. Unts, 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 unts. Probably wrong kind of strobe. And I'm just making a fool of myself on the YouTubes, which is what we're here for, right? That's why I don't let you see my face anymore, except for, you know, when I'm on podcast. But as usual, some gorgeous works of art. That felt like I had to I don't know, that card feels different to the other ones, but it is only one card. And then, ta-da! See, that's more stroby. Unce, 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 unce. Yep, anyway. Righto, we're going to move on to the next ones. Righto, next up we're opening the 15 card draft boosters. So again, we'll put one of these aside so it's not in the way. I didn't actually check these ones. I've already made a fool of myself. So we're just gonna open them like that. Put the rubbish on the floor. And go through and see what we have. So these are, I can't remember if I said it, 15 cards per pack on these ones. Another strobe night, but not shiny this time, so no unce, unce, unce. And as usual, if you actually want to sit down and read any of these cards, get an idea of what they are, just pause the video. Oh, another one of these represent a double face card. There we go. Alright, next one. Yeah, but like I said, I didn't check this, but see, there's no tear here thing on these ones. Just in case you didn't believe me. Rubbish. Bug. Oh, actually, didn't hold that one up long enough. That one also feels a bit thicker. That's if you can read them with how bright the light decides it wants to be sometimes. Oh, that one feels really thick. Maybe some inconsistencies there with the cardboard they use, or card. And these sideways cards, again, ooh, okay, that's double-sided. These sideways cards, they're new to me. This is personally the first time I've ever seen them. But as I said, they're new to me. That doesn't necessarily mean they're new to Magic the Gathering. But that's it for the set boosters. We are going to move on to the 20 card Jumpstart boosters. Because I am going to leave the collector boosters last out of these before we open up the commander box. Righto, so let's get started on these two. We're going to open this one. I have already checked. There is no tear here thing on these ones, so we just got to do it the old-fashioned way. But this is the 20 card Jumpstart booster. And as usual, ooh, shiny. Right, anyway, as I was before my camera did its thing, which I thought I'd resolved. Shiny. Oh, that's pretty. A lot of land cards so far, and they all seem to be plains. I'm detecting a theme here. That feels thicker. It almost feels like it's made out of a stiffer material than this one. Yes. All Plains cards. Alright, next pack before the camera decides it wants to make everything dark again. Which I legitimately thought I'd fixed, but apparently not. Okay, this kind of makes me think of, I don't know why, just looking at it through the camera makes me think of Ninjago. Anyway, not sure why. You'd think I'd be too old to know what Ninjago is. Unfortunately, I had a particular pay TV subscription when I was living on my own that just so happened to include Cartoon Network. I mean, it included Nickelodeon as well. Again, that card feels different. It included Nickelodeon as well, but like Nickelodeon was good, in my opinion, back when I was like, I don't know, early teens, watching things like Our Real Monsters, Invader Zim, fantastic show. Whereas Cartoon Network, I remember years ago that was mostly for sort of young adults. It was all your Ren and Stimpy and all that sort of stuff. And then they sort of moved on to younger children. And I'm pretty sure Ninjago was on that. And yeah, that card reminded me of Ninjago. So there you go. A bit of useless melee history while looking at some absolutely incredible artwork. Alright, we're going to move on to the collector booster now. Alrighty, so the 15 card collector boosters. These are the ones you want to get if you want shiny cards. So there's 15 cards in them, but 10 to 12 of those are basically guaranteed foils. So let's get opening, and I'll just sneakily check for the tear here thing just off the camera, which there isn't one, hence the way I'm opening it. And straight off the bat, as we said, we've got a shiny, and that one actually looks really cool. Oh, is that double-sided? Yes, it is. Alright, more of the shinies. And again, slightly thicker feeling cards. This one doesn't feel as thick. It looks about the same on the camera though. Oh, should probably show you that one, hey. There we go. Looks about the same on the camera, but it definitely felt a bit thicker. That one also feels a lot thicker. I don't know. Yeah. Down with the thickness. You won't really, that one feels really stiff, just hot, anyway. You won't really notice if you go and put them in, you know, deck protectors and sleeves and all that sort of stuff, of course, but almost feels like, it's not focusing. Yeah, see, there's a definite difference in thickness there. But that is cool. I've completely spaced on what I was saying. Sorry. If I remember, I'll bring it up and say it. But moving on to pack number 2. Yeet the rubbish on the floor. I forgot what I was doing. Too busy looking at the shiny. That one's hard to see on the camera, sorry guys. That reminds me of the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. Another strobe. Unce, 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 unce. That joke's gonna get old soon, if not already. Oh, shiny. I mean, these have all been shiny so far. Hey, that's cool. Dinosaur vampire. Wow. Okay. That's a bird. I'm still sort of dumbfounded by the vampire dinosaur vampire. Sorry, knocked the camera. I do apologize. And there we go. So that is it for the for all the different booster packs. Well, that's as much as I'm going to open for all the different booster packs. As you can see, there's a lot of cards here now. Yeah, fills up the whole frame, and there's still packs underneath that I haven't opened yet. Under here somewhere. There you go. Look how much I had to sift through to find those. It's a lot of cards, guys. So thank you very much to Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering for sending us these. Let's move on. Righto, so we're moving on to the Commander deck pack. This is, as we said earlier, the Cavalry Charge. So it is white, blue and black in terms of its color coordinating. And I'm just going to go ahead and open it. It has sort of been slightly damaged in transit, but that just means it's a little bit easier for me to get into. Now, to my knowledge, and I could very well be mistaken, and I do apologise, I just bumped the camera. I don't know what this is. We'll open that shortly. Sorry, just realised I'm opening this not in front of the camera now. So we will put it in front of the camera. We will unfortunately make a mess of the box. So if anyone wants the box, sorry. That's pretty much all I've got to say to that. We'll get that out of the way. This side's quite heavy. That's kind of cool. Night of the Living Dead. That's kind of cool too. We've got some tokens. We've got some cards in here. And we've got a dice. And my phone camera went black. That's annoying. It's weirdly shiny here though. Alright, sorry guys, I'm not actually sure exactly what happened there, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to cut out of whatever previously just happened. But effectively I had a black envelope which has some extra cards in there. I have a feeling that may have been what interfered with the camera. So I've moved it to the side. We have a 6-sided dice, but only 2 sides actually have anything on them. They call this one the planar dice. Planar. Not exactly sure how to pronounce that one, but I have a feeling it's something to do with those double-sided cards. So when you pull the card out, you roll the dice. Depending on which one of these you get, depends on which side shows up. And then I'm guessing that if you get one of these, it just stays on whatever side it is currently on. So there's that. We'll put that there. We also got one of these spinny life counters. So this goes from 1 to 20, and then on the other side, from 21, in theory, all the way up to 40. Nope, that one only goes to 30. Nope, I'm wrong. There we go. Okay, it does go to 40. There we go. So I'll pop that aside. We also got this. So if you want to have a read of that, the lighting sucks for that. So we will try and move it there, maybe. Then you can't see the pretty picture. I don't know. Let's shift it there. If you want to read it, pause it there. if you can read it. Still not perfect, but we're going to get that out of the way because that's reflecting a lot of light. It's obviously making things quite difficult to actually read. I won't open that yet. That is the pre-made deck. It's interesting that there's some slightly different shading there. I think that's the different rules sort of thing. All right, we'll pop that there. We're going to dive into Le Black envelope. And out of this, is that all that's in there? Yep, that's all that's in there. Okay. So out of this, we get some big cards. So normal size card, big card. I'm gonna have to have a look on the box and figure out what those are. Pop that there. That's one of those. But we also get a collector booster sample pack. So we'll open this one up quickly. So this is basically the same as what those other ones were. It's just, this is just a sample pack just to give you an idea of what sort of cards you could get. That is now empty. So there's 1, 2, 2.5 cards. So that's the half one. And then we get these sorts of things here. Just to give you an idea of what you'd actually get in one of the sample boosters. Now, I also just realized I actually forgot to take this out. It's a little collapsible box that you can basically store your cards in and give them a bit of protection. So they'd go in there, and that's your deck. I think that's it for all of those. So let's quickly go through this. Try and figure out what these are. Okay, so this is Magic the Gathering Plane Chase. So again, these are the big cards. So I'm assuming this is an additional mechanic to one of the game types you can play. Again, that is just an assumption. But they are chunky. And then we'll get to opening this one. Alright, so I have partially opened this one. I haven't actually taken them out yet. I have now. Just so you didn't have to watch me deal with the struggle that was that plastic. But we've got our commander there. I have a feeling I just dropped a card. Maybe. Feel free to count along. Let me know if I did indeed drop one. Because there's a lot to go through here. And I'm not going to spend time trying to work out which one I've dropped. So I do apologise if there is a card that this comes with that you didn't get to see because I dropped it. It's just, there's a lot. Like, I used to play with a 60 card deck in high school, and I don't ever remember it feeling this thick unless I had them in protective sleeves. And even then, I still don't think they felt this thick. But high school was a long time ago. So yeah, it's yeah, maybe in my old age my hands have shrunk. That's a possibility. Maybe the cards have gotten bigger. it's potentially a possibility. But this feels a lot more than the 60 cards I'm used to. I used to play with, not what I'm used to, because it's been so long I'm really not used to anything. But again, as I always say, that's really cool. I like that. As I always say, the art on these things is absolutely incredible. I mean, even if you just collect these for the art itself, like, if you're into that sort of dark and moody sort of thing, although Magic the Gathering does have some fun cards as well. I remember a friend used to play a Goblin deck, and the Goblin cards, I mean, you definitely knew they were goblins, but they were also extremely playful cards in terms of the way they were drawn. Or illustrated. That's a better word. Drawing sort of, I don't know, maybe sounds childish. Oop, card just dropped off the bench. But yeah, no, the goblins were very sort of, they were fun in terms of their illustrations. But then obviously you've got some that are a little bit more dark and sinister and sort of moody, like this one, for example, the Soul Ring. Not quite as dark and moody as what the Soul Stone was, but still dark and moody. And then you've got like this sort of honourable looking character. And then unce again. Hopefully, okay, that should be the last time. Emphasis on should. I don't know, perhaps I'm just trying to be a little bit more entertaining, maybe. I don't know, you guys will tell me in the comments whether or not that was annoying, if it was funny the first time or if it was funny every single time I did it. I'm gonna go with probably was never funny. But you know what, I had fun. That's the main thing. I had fun, I don't care. I'm gonna unce as much as I want. Oh, that's a thick boy. Okay, that one's definitely thicker. So this is one of their, I think they called it the foil embossed or something. Basically, it is just sort of a collector's piece. So it is a thicker plastic instead of cardboard. And it's sort of, yeah, it's almost gilded, I guess, is one word you could use. Again, Mr. Honourable Nightman. Another Mr. Honourable Nightman. Another, ooh, Vampire Knight. Blood. Zombie. Ooh, and this. Human. Zombie and human again. Knigget, also known as a knight, for those who don't watch Monty Python. So we've got an assassin and a knight. Unsense Monarch. Not sure why that needed a slightly German accent. If anything, probably could have used a British one. And then, okay, so it was actually just one of these how to play cards. But there you go. Really? Alrighty guys, that's it from us here at MKAU Gaming. If you like this, feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Obviously also feel free to join us on Discord where you can actually have a chat to us. You know, we're always happy to have a chat to our gaming friends, so if you do want to jump in, I'll get Subby to drop the link in the down there somewhere. That's really awkward to do. How do YouTubers do this? Down there somewhere, there'll be a link that you can jump on our Discord. He'll also chuck up a link to get yourself some sweet merch. as well as a nice little discount off of Juiced Energy. Just use code MKAU at the checkout and you'll get yourself a lovely little discount. So once again, I'd just like to say thank you to Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering for this awesome little March of the Machine care package. It's been a lot of fun opening it. It's always a massive pleasure to see what cards we get, and as you all know, I like my shinies.